Hello and welcome to this tutorial. We are still doing this website here for Tecmocast. Last time we had done this banner, and so today we want to focus on this area, which for lack of a better term I chose to refer to as the feature area. So we'll get started. What we had done came up to this point. That was for this is the container, and we have in it the top bar, which is this one here, and then we also have the navigation bar, which is this part here. Then we had the banner, which is this part here, this one from here to here. And so we want to start this section. We can just give it another div just after the banner. We have that div, then we within that div we can have it as a row, so that we, as you can see, we have 1 2 3 4, so that will mean we have 4 columns within that row. So we can have each column can have different columns there, each having a class of that MD3, so that if you remember very well, when we were talking about this, we said if we have 4 of them, they will become, the total will add up to 12. So this one represents each of them. Then within, so the best way to do this is we focus, maybe we can just reload. Since we don't have any content, it may be hard to see what we've added. See an error here, file not found. I think I'll fix that. So maybe I can just fix it right away. Bootstrap CSS map should be somewhere in my downloads. Should be here. And here it's asking for bootstraps.css map. Just copy that and bring it to our folder. Should be in this folder. Can show it in Explorer. It's here. Just copy it there, then close and reload. There's another one here. Awesome.min.css. How come the fonts are showing? Okay, let me check that one as well. Oh, need to fix that one as well. Reload. Yeah, so the errors are gone. So the next thing I want to do is to check the divs that we've added. They're here, right here, but we may not be able to see them because they don't have content yet. So we need to add some content first. So as I said, we need to work on one of them, and then we can copy what we'll have done here to the others. So let's just look at the kind of content that we have. First of all, we have the image, then we have this text here, then we have this text here, then we have this text here. But then there is also some formatting. You can see that this image is within some kind of container. And then that container has some kinds of styling associated with it. And the same with this one, there is a container, and there is this, and both the texts have different kind of styling. So what I will do is that first of all I'll create this. Maybe we can just start from outside as we go in. So we can start with this. So I'll want to give it a class for this, which will be the same for this one and this one and this one. So I can have a class of for this. First of all, maybe we can, for the entire place, this row, you can see that we also have some formatting here, that is the background color. So if you need to add a class for this, and then work through that. So first I can call this entire place, I can give this entire row a class of feature area. Just add here feature here, and then I will want to give it some properties. So maybe if I go to my main CSS, first thing I want to do is do that. Then I want to give it a background color, which is pretty obvious. Just use our tool that we were using here and try to get that color. You can see it's that one. I've copied, I just come and paste it here. Of course, if we reload, we may still not be able to see it. So I can add some properties. We can give it a height. Let's give it a height of, say, 400 pixels. And reload. Yeah, you can see it's there. It's loaded now. Maybe I want these margins to, because I think this is because of the row, the property of the row that is causing it to do that. You can see the margin is -15. So we don't want it to go outside the container. So if we reduce it to 0, you can see it fits perfectly. The same with this. Oh, sorry, I'm reducing it. It's actually increasing, not reducing. Yeah, so that is 0. I will change that, but now the way I'll do it, I'll not add it in the CSS, but I'll just come to our HTML and add a bootstrap class that will handle that. So that is the margin X, that is the margin on the X-axis. that means left and right. So I'll just add that to, I'll make it 0 like that. That is how we do it with a bootstrap class. Then if we reload, you can see it's come, it's fit. Then I will want to also maybe this height I can increase it to 400 and let's make it 420 and see what happens. Yeah, it's there. And then you also notice that there is a white border between it and the next one, so we can also add that one. So we can just add a border bottom of 2 pixels, solid white. Then we load it. May not be able to see the border, but it is there. So the next thing is now working on this part. Now the individual columns, I want to work on this container that is having this. So within my column, within this column here, can come and add another div. So maybe just to check my column from here, not sure if it is visible. Yeah, you can see it's there. That's the first column, the second one, the third one, and the fourth. So I'm working on this one here. So within it, I'll add a class. First of all, let's just make it a card so that you appreciate what a card is. Of course, we used it previously when we were making this one, but now you'll be able to see it in its raw form. So there is a card there, but it has no content. It has no content. Yeah, but if we increase its height, you can be able to see how it looks. So this one here. So for example, if I make its height to 200 pixels, you can see that's how a card looks like normally. So I just want to increase this. It needs to be a bit large. Can do that. You can see that's how a card looks. So for me to use this styling, maybe I want to change this to 320. Sorry, change this to 320 pixels so that it's that way. Now what I'll do is that I'll give it a class that I can use to format. So let me call it a single car card, that is a card that is displaying a single car. Then I come to my CSS and add that class here. Then I said the height is 320 pixels. Like that. So if I reload it, that's how it is. Another thing, I want to remove its background. So I can have it as background none, like that. You can see it already has some predefined borders, but we also want to change that. We want to change the color of the border to black. You can say border 1 pixel solid black, like that. So I'll just copy these two and add them there in our code like that. And then reload. You can see it's like that. Then we want some spacing between these. So from the top, we want we can add some padding to this row so that the content comes below. So we can again use a bootstrap class there and just add padding top 5 like that. Then we reload. You can see it's moved down. Now the next thing that we want to do is that we want now to add our image here. So I will just come and say image. The source will be, I want to use, now I have my folder for Range Rover. I want to use this image. So the source will start from the folder name and then the image. So the folder name is Range Rover 2018. Then image 1.jpg. So maybe let me just show you how the image looks like. It's this one here. So you can have your own images and you can name them the way you want. Yeah, so if I reload that one, you'll expect, now there seems to be a problem, it's not showing. Oh yeah, I think I know why. Yeah, we are first of all coming into the image folder. Then from the image folder, we come to Range Rover image, and then now image 1. So first of all, I have to add image here. So it's image Range Rover 2018 and then image 1. So if we reload, there is our Range Rover. The reason it's showing like that is because the width of the image has been restricted, but we can do something about it. We can, first of all, I can make it image fluid to begin with, so that its height is its width is 100% of the container. Like that. Yeah, like that. But then I also want to have some space between this and this. So the image is within another container. I'll put it in another container here so I can format it. So let's have another div where we will enclose our image. Just take this one and put it here. And then we can call this div maybe, so far if we reload it will still be the same. And then now we want to format that div. Maybe we can call it item. Again, it's just a name, you can use any name. So this is the best that I thought of. I don't know why, but I think I can. It will just work. You can use a better name if you get it. So you can just save it that way. Then we reload. Of course, it's the same because we've not added any styling. So I can just take this and add some style to it. Like that. So maybe I want to give it a specific height. I want the maximum height of that item to be say 125 pixels. If I do that, of course you may not notice, but if we inspect and just do this item face image, you can see that the height of this div is going up to that point. And then if you remember what we talked about last time, we want the only to show the top part of the image, just the same way we did with this one. We want to hide the overflow, so we can have it as for this one. We can have the overflow as hidden, like that. You can see the Range Rover has been hidden in a way. And then we also want it to have a border of 1 pixel solid. And then we can have it as 1 pixel solid. Then we can have it as that color. B. Okay, let's have it that way for now. And then have that here. And then if you remember what we did last time, we want now to move it downwards, so we can add some formatting to our div. This one we can, for the single car card, we can justify its content center so that this one comes to the center. So you just come here and add justify content center. Like that. Then reload. You can see it's come to the center. And then you also notice that if we look at this, there is some space between this and this, so we also need to find a way of handling that one. Yeah, so to add some spacing between this and this, we can add the class of cardboard here. So that we get some padding like that. Yes. So the next thing that we want to do is now to look at the text. This one here, we can add we can add another class after the image. That's a paragraph, not a, yeah, we can add a paragraph, not a div. So we can have it as p class is let's just have it that way first as a paragraph and see how it looks. And then we can have our text there, that is Range Rover 2018. So we can reload it. That is our text there. So we want to format it so that it looks like this. So first of all, we want to center our text. So we can add the class of text center like that. And then we want it to be bold. You can say font weight bold. That is also another Bootstrap class. Like that. If you load it, you can see. And then the other thing that we want to do is we want to give it custom styling, that is the colors and all that. So maybe what I can do is I can give it a class of maybe brand card title, and then we can format this class. Let's copy it and paste it here, and then we can give it some properties. Can give it a height. We want to add the height and the borders and so on. So I can give it a height of say 60 pixels. Reload. We won't see anything yet, but you can see it's affected this. So if I inspect, come to this, you can see that our data has been added. You can give it a background. We can remove any background if any. Just say none. And then we give it a, now the color of the text, can give it a color of the same color as the one we used for this border here. That was this 1B, like that. And then we can also have the border, can give it a border of now the border will be the same color, 1 pixel solid, and then we can also have border radius at the bottom. Can have it as, because we want the top to remain the same, but at the bottom we want to have a border radius, so we can have 0 pixels, that is for the top, right and left. And then we can have for the bottom 5 pixels. You can see it's here, this one. Then another one, 5 pixels for the left one, like that. And then the other thing I want to do is, now we don't need this here, we want to remove this border. So we can say border top for this one, top none, like that. So can first of all just have this and have it in the brand card title, like that. Then reload. And then we also want to remove the border for this one. So we can just have it as we want to remove the border at the bottom, border bottom. Like that. So just copy this, then we come and add it here, then we reload, and we have that. So the next thing that we are going to do is we want now to, I think the top part is done, so we want to focus on this part here. So we'll stop there for now, and hopefully we'll pick up from that in the next tutorial. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
If you enjoyed this video, kindly like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you in the next